There we go. You know me. I have to dance.
Hey, hey, hey.
This is
What's
Ilva
up,
Celeste.
party people? What is going on?
Silva
We're
Celeste.
here. Ilva's there. I'm here. Bud's here. He's looking like, hey, what's going on? Why are you making all this noise? Bug it down. But we're here today because we have a great topic that we want to share with you. So I'm just being reminded of what over 2 years ago on that day when Ilva and I was together and we were like, hey, we have really good conversations. Like we need to share this with people. I think I was the one that said we had good conversations, and then Ilva was like, yeah, we need to go live. That's like when that's when Facebook Live was like fresh and new and on and popping and people were embracing it. But anyway, Ilva and Celeste was created like, yeah, in that nice summer day in 2017 because we wanted to share the conversations that we were having after our Bible study when I didn't want to leave Ilva's house on Thursdays. And this topic is just, one of those great topics that yeah, we're like just excited to share with you. And so if we had to give it a title, Ilva, I guess it would be what? Playing victim is not a badge of honor. Wearing victim, your victim, however you want to call it. But, at some point in our lives, we all feel like we're a victim at times. And we talked about blaming a few weeks ago, and that this topic probably goes along with that as well. Why
Mhm.
we blame, and it's because, yeah, we see ourselves as a victim in some way. And so we just thank you, Michelle, for for bringing this up, and Ilva, thank you for giving me understanding of it. We talked about it, and so I'm just excited to share. And so, um, when as Ilva was explaining, because her Puerto Rican and my black sometimes like we mesh well on camera. Y'all love us together, but we have
Are
different
good. What you
sometimes.
trying to say? We're not good together off
No, no,
camera?
no, 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 I didn't say that. I said for her Puerto Rican and my black, sometimes we don't understand each other because we speak different
Mm.
languages, but we mean the same thing. That's what I'm saying, Ilva. And so as Ilva was explaining the topic to me today, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Because just yesterday, I believe, I read this quote and it said, some people don't want to heal because they get more attention broken.
Mm.
Like,
Right
wow.
there.
When Ilva gave me the topic, and when I remembered that quote, I'm like, yep, this is exactly what we're supposed to talk about. So thank you, Ilva.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, it just like we may say it different ways, but we mean the same thing. So it's kind of like what it is like we always want to make sure that we are okay and it's all just neutral. It's not a judgment. It's not a bad thing. It's just, we're just talking about things, that
Right,
we go through, you know?
right.
And that is great. I love that when you told me that. Is that because it's true? A lot of people like to get attention and because you
Yeah,
know if I don't get it from here, I got to get it from here somehow. And if people here give me the attention, even though I don't get it from here where I want it from, somehow I have to get it, you know so
right.
it's kind of like um you know getting attention, whether it's a good attention or bad attention, but it
Yeah,
doesn't matter as long as you get it you know
yeah,
so yeah,
yeah,
so sometimes we do, and what it is that we don't sometimes see it that way. We don't see it at all,
yeah,
because when someone goes through stuff, they're so in it that obviously they don't see it. But when it's a continual thing, when it's kind of like, hey, and you got friends, family, or people around you that can say, hey, have you tried this? And it may not work for you, but at least you have to try something to go to step 2, step 3, step 4. Try different things into something that works for you personally, right? Customize it for you. But you don't, then that's when we fall into the woe is me,
hmm
because We're not saying we're not going to go through anything and we're not going to be a victim of things or what had happened in the past, what's happening now, or things, you know? We're not, always thing is that what are we doing to better ourselves from that? And it
Yeah.
could be a millions of things, but as long as you do one thing at least, you know, at least one thing to get you there, or even if it doesn't get you there, at least you're trying. Then you could try another step to get you. You know, it
Right.
may take 20 steps. So no, 10 steps, 5 steps, but 5 is too much. So at least start with one, you know,
Yeah.
and don't
Yeah.
sit there and say, what was me? No one this, no one that, but you being fed, you being, hey, try this, try that, let me help you here, let me help you there. And then you just choose not to, that there's nothing we can do, you know, because obviously at the end through it all is us who needs to want to help ourselves, you
Yeah.
know, through anything else, through
That's true.
anything.
My mom used to say that all the time. I can't help anybody that don't want to help themselves. And so you're playing victim. You're always saying, oh, well, this happened to me, that happened to me. And then you go into the blaming, you start blaming the simplest thing can happen, and already you're looking for the blame. Like you were late you might have been late for work and you're already blaming it on the kids or your spouse, they're
Right,
the reason why you're late for work. Like it starts so small, and before you know it, you just become, you know, this blamer, because you've been playing victim. Because you're that victim, you blame it. And then all that blaming leads to brokenness, like you can't break through of your brokenness, and then before you know it, now you're depressed, now you need medicine, now you're like, like you really have a serious mental health issue because it started from somewhere. And when you were told, what did you do? You blamed your friend, or you said, no, this is just the way I am. No, that's not just the way you are. Like
mm-hmm.
Ilva said, like try something new, try finding the positive, in that negative thing that's taken over you, because oh my goodness, you are missing out on a beautiful life, when you wake up every day mad as hell with the world.
Right,
You
right,
ever meet those
exactly,
people, like they just mad at the world, like they just
right,
like, F the world, F this, F that, F you,
yeah,
like
yep, yeah,
they
it's
just
true.
mad all the time. And then there are those people too that say, oh, this always happens to me, or why does this happen to me, or I promise you I wasn't even looking for it. Well, you attracted that to you because this is how you are. So let's try something new, um
Right,
and,
right,
and it always starts with you, and if you've been told, or if you recognize it in yourself, maybe this conversation that you're listening to right now, you're like, wow, that has been me, recognize it. And then let's start tomorrow new, or hang up this video and send Ilva and I a message and say, hey, where do I begin? We don't claim to have it all together. We work through things every day. I I have not figured this thing out, but I live the best, most wonderful life that I can live every day, because life is short. We're not here forever. And I don't want to die unhappy. I don't want to die miserable. I don't want to die depressed, you know. Um, so yeah, if this has been you, if you have been that victim, you haven't figured out, how to work through it, or how to break through, those things that's holding you back, get some help. We
mhm,
can help you. There's plenty other social media groups. There's Google, you can Google like how to be happy, how to
yeah,
choose
yeah.
happy. Like there's just
How to
instruction
stop being a victim, you
on
know?
everything. Like you can Google right
Mhm.
now. We didn't do this, but I'm sure you can Google right now how not to be a victim, or how not
Right,
to be a victim,
right,
how
right.
to get
I
over,
mean,
victim.
just right now, it's like how to stop being a victim. I just Googled that really quick. You know what I mean? It's like obviously it always starts with acknowledgement, acknowledgement, because someone can point it out and everything. But if you don't admit it to yourself, and if you don't want to admit it to no one, then that's on you. But at least take what that person is telling you and admit that to yourself, acknowledge it. What do they
Yeah.
mean? Why? And do a search within you. Okay, That's why he or she is right, blah blah blah, and obviously, it's like, guess what, the world doesn't owe anyone anything. We all
Mm-hmm.
go through ourselves, and again, we are not being insensitive towards none of that. What we just trying to say is trying to help you, like we try to help ourselves and each other in that sense, and how to, like, okay, hold up, because you lose a lot. You lose a lot when you, because people don't tolerate a lot of that stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
and when you identify that, you identify it, you at least try some, at least one day, try with one day, 24 hours, okay, tomorrow, and know that it's gonna come. So when you catch yourself in that, like I was explaining to you, with that negative thought or that negative saying, oh, what was me, okay, hold up, no, no, I am not a victim. Now, we're not saying it's gonna come like this either, come
Yeah.
on, we know that better, but you know what, once you take responsibility of that, own it, and nobody
Yeah.
judging you. There's no embarrassment about that, because you are not the only one nor the last. What my mom used to say, if you look behind you, Ilva, there's always people that are worse. We are
Yeah.
not the only one who have been through this, through that, through this. Whatever you've been through, trust me, there's someone who has been through it.
Yeah.
And if you feel you're the only one, try to find or know some, I don't know, there got to be someone around that that might have gone through whatever you're
Yeah.
going through, and be like, man, how did you deal with that? Because I'm going through it and I have no idea. I'm
Yeah.
going crazy. When you become so tired of just like the woe is me song, the and maybe you see people dropping out like, because I can't deal with this, then
Yeah.
it's like, because it's true. It's gonna come to the point that it has nothing to do with love. They do love you. Love got nothing to do with this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
everything is just the point that it's like, oh,
Yeah.
and I know journaling, when you journal, it has helped me. And I don't do it on every day, which like I should, but I know journal, I'm getting to see if I take my deep breath and at least meditate. I know you're a guru on that. Me, I'm just like, okay, starting on this, okay, whew, you know, and do what I have to do. But it's just the point, like, I know Celeste loves, 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 her meditation, and it works. So I take a page out of her book on that. Let me
Yeah.
try it. Let me try something. I may not do it as long as she does it, because she didn't start where she's at. But okay,
Yeah.
hold on. At least 5 minutes I have, Ilva. Let me do those something. You know, try that. Journal.
Yeah.
What works for you? There gotta be something in the life. If you have an animal, a dog that normally you're taking for a walk, taken for something. If we're just trying to say, do not get stuck in the
Yeah.
woe place, in the victim place, in the boo-hoo place.
Yeah.
There is always, like Celeste always says, we are not experts at all. We talk because we go through it, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything. So, and it just make a decision. It starts with that decision, and then just try to adopt that healthy lifestyle in that sense. And again, all it starts with you, and what can I do? And doesn't mean once you start, you may not go back. You may, but then you start all over again. Just don't get stuck there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really good. And like the quote I read on yesterday when it said some people don't want to heal because they get more attention broken, like find another place to get, attention. Like that, to me, that's negative attention. Yeah, you're getting attention, but it's because, you know, uh perhaps they been empathetic towards your story, but now you just, put them in a depressed bubble. You ever talk to people and, after talking to them, like now you feel bad, or you're thinking, oh, probably what happened to them is happening to you, like, oh my God, her husband cheated on her. What, my husband's probably cheating on me, like you gotta limit, the time that you're in space like that. Like maybe you're the receiver of the victim. Maybe you're not playing the victim, but you're always the person that the victim calls on. You got to guard your space too. Um, so, I mean, if you are that victim and you find that this is you, like, oh my God, I have been seeking attention because of my story, find a more positive way, to get attention. And then you got to investigate that too. Like, why do I want attention in this area? Like, where did this happen? It's always a root cause to why you're doing something or why something happened, or and
Mhm.
most of the time, I mean, I know for me, when I figure something out about me that I haven't, really liked about myself, or, that I haven't, yeah, just something I didn't like about myself, like, why do I feel this way? Or why do I, once I figure out where it came from, to me, that's all I needed. Like, ooh, that's where that came from. Okay. And I pretty much stopped the behavior like right then and there. I just need to know. So maybe that's you. Maybe you just need to know where it came from. And then if you need more, okay, maybe it's going back to that person that you had that argument with. Yeah, it was 10 years ago, but maybe y'all mature enough to talk about it right now.
Mhm.
In the 12 steps program, when you go to AA and NA, it's 12 steps. And one of the steps is, you go back and you apologize to those people, that you hurt, you know? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever the case may be for you, but we just want you to know that
Yeah.
wearing victim is just, it's not a badge of honor. Like, it's not, oh, I'm a victim, you know. On TV lately, I see a lot, victims that they're now doing something about it. They going back and they helping other people. Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I love that group of mothers. Like, they didn't get upset. They didn't. They're not still blaming that drunk driver on hitting their children or killing them. Because they was driving drunk. What they did was they formed this organization that now they want to prevent, it from happening. They're not, oh, this happened to me, that happened to me, and I hate now all drunk drivers. Like, they're actually helping,
Yeah.
people in that community that have an issue with, drinking or driving impaired or whatever. But
Yeah.
you don't have
And
to
I
wait.
bet, and I bet starting something like that has helped them healed, you know?
Yes.
And sometimes we feel like we have to be completely healed to start anything. You know what?
Right.
No, you start broken. You start there because it's the process in which you're gonna start getting healed. Now, we're not saying you're not gonna share a testimony and you're not gonna be like, oh, hey, because that's what helps others know that they are not alone. What we're
Yeah.
just saying is like, don't be like, what was me, and just like, blame everything and blah blah blah. Take responsibility. Yeah, you may be right, they are the ones to blame. However, they are not the one to blame to continually for you to feel like that, because you have control over that. And if you feel that you have no control, you be like, okay, they did this and that and that. You huff and you puffed, blow the house down through that. Now, it's not them who has to pick you up. You pick yourself up, you know, and broken, and
Yeah.
little by little, because it's others are going to help you as long as you help yourself. So
Yeah.
go out there and conquer.
That's good, Ilva. That's good. So you've been informed. You heard from Ilva and Celeste. Now you go do. And if you still don't know what to do, comment, call us, inbox us, whatever you need to do. But we want to help you today, to heal. That's
Yes,
what it's all
sister.
about.
Yes,
Yeah.
sister.
All righty. So we'll be back here next week with another topic. We don't know yet. We just get these things. Look at him. We
I'm
just get
telling
these
you.
things. But it's smart. He knows that I'm getting ready to hang up, and he's like, "Oh, she's done." No, not yet.
All right then.
Y'all back here
Bye.
next time. Bye.